Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. This line from Mr. Churchill, the one of the most successful leaders in the human history, has resonated in my mind for a long time after I finished my first powerlifting meet last Sunday. I hope to share my meet experiences with you to motivate you to keep up with your own journey in whatever realm you're at. Powerlifting is a strength sport that tests out your ultimate strength using 3 movements, which are squat, bench press, and deadlift. Squat is about bearing a weight on your back, and then you want to achieve a downward and then upward movement. You can think about in sitting down and standing up, but you have a lot of weight on your back. Now bench press is a movement to test out your upper body strength. You want to unrack the bar and drop the bar on your chest, and you want to use as much power as possible to push the bar. For deadlift, you want to use your lower body to push the bar off the floor and lock it out using your knees and your hips. These are the ultimate movement to test out the strength, and it has been so attractive to me. I have been pretty dedicated in training for about 4 years, and started to seriously powerlifting for about 2 years. I have pretty decent numbers under my training belt. However, I have been always reluctant to join a meet, because I know that there are so many strong people out there that I'm afraid that I cannot achieve my best performances beside them, or I cannot really stand on the podium. My friend Alan is a 66 kilo weight class powerlifter. He has achieved multiple success during powerlifting meet and got qualified for collegiate nationals last year. He always encouraged me to join the meet to really feel the environment and testing out my true strengths on the platform. At first, I was still a little bit reluctant, but by realizing my progress after several months of training, I decided that it might be the time to sign up for my first meet and to testing out what is my true strengths and how much I really love this sport. Thus, I decided to sign up meet in this July, and in total I prepped around 11 weeks for this meet. I was really dedicated day in and day out, and week by week I can realize that the weight of my shoulders are getting heavier and heavier, and my fatigue also ramps up quickly. By the last week, I realized that the weight that I'm supposed to move becomes so slow. I asked my friend Alan, what happened? He said, don't worry about it. You're supposed to be really fatigued at this time, and it's super normal for you to move the weight slowly. We will drop down the volume and intensity in the last week, and we also will do a water cut so that you can compete at your own weight class. Doing a water cut is not easy. I usually walk around 85 kilos, but I intend to compete at 82.5 kilos. In order to achieve the weight, I have to drink a significant amount of water during the prep. The reason why it's not easy because during the water loading protocol, I was also traveling to the Michigan to present my scientific research. I have to carry out a water jar with me, and I have to constantly drinking water in the airport, on the taxi, and at home. No matter what, I finish up the water for about 3 days, and each day I finish around 14 liters. That was a significant amount. In the last day, I have to dehydrate myself. I was only allowed to drink 3 liters of water, and most of my food are high caloric, dense food without too much volume, because I also want to extract the extra stew in my stomach to keep a lower weight. The day of the competition, I wake up, I weigh myself, and I made the weight. That was exciting. I think I can achieve some success in this meet. After officially weigh in, I start my rehydration process. I was really trying to wolf down the rice that I prepared because I need enough carbohydrates to deliver me enough energy to lift heavy weights. However, I was eating too much that it does not allow me to drink enough water to maintain the water and sodium balances. I feel awful in my stomach. I started to walk around trying to get better, but until my first attempt on the squat, I feel like I almost want to vomit. After my first attempt on the squat, I feel more better. The first attempt was not bad. Honestly, the second attempt was a little bit slow, but it was kind of expected. I supposed to use the first two opportunities to warm myself up. For the third attempt, I really tried to unrack the bar and walk out the bar. I felt it was easy. It was not heavy at all. I took a deep breath and I squat down. However, on the way up, it seems that my neurons just cannot fire enough, and I was not able to push that weight up. I failed on my third attempt, which was kind of disappointing. but it was already there. I have to be getting prepared for my bench press in order to really bump up my total grade. The bench press went smoothly. At first, at my first attempt, I was trying to feel the environment on the platform, and the carpet was actually more grippy than I was expected. So I have to adjust my feet a little bit further in order to give me the better leverages. For the first attempt, since my feet is so close to my butt, that my lower back is more extended, resulting in a little bit discomfort. But as I realized that and I adjusted in the follow-up attempt, both of them went well. In the end, I made a 135 kilos bench press. Now enter the deadlift sessions. It was supposed to be the lift that I'm most comfortable and most confident in, because I achieved multiple success. During the meet prep, I lifted about 260 kilos off the ground, and my goal was to achieve that on that meet day, in front of every audiences. In the first deadlift attempt, I realized that the platform was actually not flat. I stepped the foot in the hole and I tried to lift that weight. However, my body position is really fundamental to the deadlift. Because of my feet was sinking into the ground, it was so hard for me to find enough leverage to push off the ground, and I failed for the first attempt. The weight was 245 kilos, which I can easily lift in any training session. That was unexpected. In the second attempt, I rolled the bar to a relatively flat platform area, and I initiated my lift. I lifted that. But that resulted in me only having one attempt in trying 260 kilos, which might be not that easy. In the third attempt, I used some ammonia, and my teammates, Alan, really encouraged me to lift that weight. Trust yourself. It's your shot. You have done that before. Don't worry about it. I just look at them and I trust them. I keep rolling the bar to find out a relatively flat platform. But maybe, just maybe, I was so nervous. No matter how hard I push off the ground, I cannot lift that weight up. And that is just the final attempt of my first powerlifting meet. I thought I only performed around 80%. But most of my friends came here, encouraged me, took photo of me, enjoyed the time with me, said, "You did a great job. It's your first ever powerlifting meet. You should be proud of yourself." Yes, I admit that I was a little bit perfectionistic, and probably it's not about just your performances, but about a lot of process and experiences you went throughout the entire time frame. My friend Alan built a significant bond with me because we always talk about how to train optimally, how to make the weight, and how to correctly execute the movement. My friend spending the entire morning till afternoon to watch me perform. A powerlifting meet is long and daunting, but they were sitting there. They were cheering me up. They want me to achieve my best. And the competitors, we share a great sportsmanship between each other. We never think each other as enemy. However, we think each other as teammates, as friends who can lead each other to achieve the personal best. And that is what I think the most important for the powerlifting journey. It's about delayed gratification. It's about dedicating into doing one single thing for enough time and finally try to validate yourself. And you have to keep in mind that you might not be successful. But if you do not make that attempt, you might never be successful. You might be far away from the success. And thus, sometimes you just have to adjust your expectation. But regardless, you have to put enough passion in the work in order to make things come true. And that is my powerlifting journey. I'm looking forward to consistently training and prep for my next meet. And eventually, I believe myself will compete at a larger platform with a lot more stronger lifters. But no matter what, I won't see them as my enemy. I will see them as my friends, as a support that I have to help me continue on my personal journey of achieving the best version of myself. Thank you.